Good morning, good evening, and good night. No, this title is not clickbait. We did lose our friend while riding. Okay, wait a minute. Not like die. I mean like lost in the woods, alright? Not dead. They're perfectly fine and healthy. Also, quick disclaimer, I don't typically voiceover, so if you don't want to hear my voice, I put a link in the description to a non-voiceover version. Anyways, let's get back to the story and give the context as to what happened. In this story, we are a party of 3. My stepdad on the beta, my uncle slash stepdad's childhood best friend on the gas, then yours truly, me on the Husqvarna, or Husky for short. I'm not trying to make an excuse here, but the reason I'm not riding too fast is because this is kind of my first ride of the season, but also I am a beginner. I do speed up in the next ride, but I only include a little bit of that since the story is more of my uncle. Also, my lame ass decided to sit for most of the ride, and of course my GoPro is a chest mount, so most of the cutting of this video was yes for the story, but also I was sitting down most of the time. Part of the beginning of this first ride, we were trying to find a specific set of trails, and this kind of plays a key part in the story, as you will see. Anyways, that's why you see us slow down a couple times, as we're just trying to find our way to the set of trails. Some background knowledge, these trails that we're trying to find, or the place we're riding in general, is where my stepdad and uncle grew up riding. So this is kind of the old taking people memory lane kind of thing. I also like to think of it as I'm getting to see some dad lore. Fortunately, these trails were also extremely easy. I mean, they were just berms and a few switchbacks. This made it easy to kind of warm up and get back into the feel of riding. And boy, I am thankful for that. Because without that, I probably would have been all over the place. So we took a little break so they could look at Onyx for a little. And man, this was probably one of my favorite views. I mean, look at it. So the worst part about editing your own videos is, sure, the time that it takes, but it's also remembering how it felt in the moment compared to when you watch it on video. I still remember feeling like I was going faster in person, but as soon as I watched it on video, it's almost like, man, I'm going so fucking slow. And here's something you should never do on a ride. Trying to talk over the sound of running engines with helmets on. It's a not so great combo. So that's why most of the time all you hear is, "Hey, did you see that, man? What? Freaking cool, right? What?" In this case, lack of context as to what my uncle was trying to do and muffled engine noises led us to this part of the story. And I cut most of it out. Well, my GoPro did. But we were sitting there for almost an hour waiting for him to come back. After some time, my stepdad went looking for him as I sat on a stump waiting for either one of them to cross my path. My stepdad figured that maybe he's back at the truck, so this time I went with him. Oh, and my thought I could jump without throttle. Yeah, you could even hear me say. So when I jumped, all the bushes next to me were actually a center island, and my whole foot had grazed against the whole side of the thing. Yeah, my foot felt extremely awkward for a second, knowing that with the weight of the dirt bike, I could have very well have broken my foot. Anyways, we made our way back to the truck, and sure enough, our uncle wasn't there. But snacks were. After grabbing a couple snacks, we went back to looking for our poor uncle. I say poor because it had started to rain. And if he had wrecked, well, that would suck because now he's wrecked and he's stuck in the rain. But not only did it suck for him, but my stepdad as well. Poor guy had hit a groove and slipped off the trail. But he said he was fine.
Yeah. Yeah. You're good. Are you alright?
Unfortunately for him, he proceeded to slip a couple times. But nothing could prepare him for what was about to happen next. As we were leaving this clearing, one of a rider's worst nightmares had came true. Well, at least one of my nightmares. Yep, you can barely see it. 2 riders going in opposite directions on a slightly smaller trail. Luckily, in this case, it was a little bit bigger, but man, that's a near miss. Wait, I don't know if you saw that, but that's 2 men on a dirt bike. I'll be honest, that's not a date I'd go on, but pick your poison, I guess. Oh, wait a minute, that's my uncle. Hey, uncle. This is when we find out that our poor uncle, well, I should say poor unk, because he didn't even do maintenance on his bike. But even then, things happen.
his spark plug had decided to crap out on him while he went riding for a trail. Anyways, character 4 welcomes himself into the story. I don't remember his name, but he is honestly a giga chad for helping my uncle out and helping us find his bike. If you somehow see this, thank you. So our uncle hops on the back of my stepdad's bike and we proceed to follow character 4 to the location of our uncle's gas. Unfortunately, my uncle wasn't feeling very romantical, so I was forced to ride on the back of my stepdad's bike as Unc rode mine.
I don't know how to ride double. Just kidding. You okay? No, you're okay. I was left before, it's fine. Alright, what do you want me? What do I grab?
Honestly, it was a fun experience and kind of scary one at that. Because we hit a few switchbacks that I was like, oh shit, we're gonna fall. Anyways, we get there and of course my stepdad, being the fatherly figure he is, lectures both of us on carrying our own bags with tools. To be fair, he's extremely right. You should always have a backpack full of extra spark plugs and tools to fix your bike, just in case of a problematic situation such as these. And that's how we lost our uncle. Again, why does that sound like he died?
Okay, I see. I was just confused.
Anyways, day 2, my uncle switches up bikes and rides a Kawasaki. Fortunately, everything went well on this day. It went extremely well, in fact. You know how I was going freaking slow yesterday? Yeah, this time I was riding on their ass. Anyways, the point is, I rode a lot better this day. This kind of content is extremely new to the channel. I might be extremely new to you. I'll be straightforward and say that my channel is freaking random. But there is one thing I think I could boil it down to, and it is I like to learn. And I'm not trying to be a tutorialist or any teacher or anything like that. I want you to come learn with me, as I'm constantly learning new things. And not everything is going to be me learning something. I mean, shit, just might be me screaming my lungs out at a game, whether it be scary or rage. Anyways, if you enjoyed this video, come hang out with me next time. Bye.